It's 8:30. Good morning, I'm Jessica Rouse with Hunter News. The state government have released their blueprints for the Hunter Sports and Entertainment Precinct, set to be built on a 63-hectare site at Broadmeadow. It kickstarts a 3-month community consultation period, with the plans showing the potential for new sporting fields, hotels, restaurants, cafes and community spaces. Parliamentary Secretary for the Hunter, Scott McDonald, says the region is fast being recognised as a top-notch city.
Newcastle and the wider Hunter region, I think, is really blossoming. It's getting the investment both from the state government and from the private sector. People really have a vision now about the Hunter as being one of the world's best livable cities with great facilities, whether it be in education or health or the business sector, or whatever it might be. This is a great affordable place to live.
There's a stranger danger warning from police after 2 children were approached by a man in Lake Macquarie yesterday. Late yesterday afternoon, 2 children were playing near a boat ramp at Blacksmiths when they were allegedly approached by a man. They didn't interact with him and walked away. The man is being described as in his 50s, 175 centimetres tall, of thin build, with an olive complexion and balding grey hair. The population of the Hunter suburbs is on the rise, and so is the crime rate, with 9 break-and-enters in Rutherford just last month. In a bid to help bring the crime rate down, Hunter Area Coordinator of Neighbourhood Watch Bill Hackney and Maitland Councillor Henry Muskauskas have joined forces to resurrect the Neighbourhood Watch program and host a public forum to bring it back to life. Bill Hackney is taking the lead with bringing the Neighbourhood Watch back into communities and says these days with technology it would be quite successful.
I personally have been selected to sit on an advisory board for the New South Wales Police in Parramatta to assist moving Neighbourhood Watch to 2017 and beyond. So we've realised that Neighbourhood Watch is not what it was 30 years ago. It needs to change, and the use of social media and the likes can assist and make that job that little bit easier.
The new operator of the bus and ferry network in Newcastle is vowing to crack down on fare evasion in the city. Keolis Downers say passengers will start to see more ticket officers on board Newcastle buses, and bus drivers have already started to be stricter, with people tapping on and off with their Opal cards as they get on and off the bus. Fairfax reports latest statistics show Newcastle as having one of the worst rates of compliance in the state. Senior Defence Officer Commodore Craig Heap says he's been overseeing the Williamtown contamination since day one, and he's not going anywhere until it's resolved. Based at Williamtown, Commodore Heap sees the PFAS task force, led by Senator McGrath, as a great step towards getting the area cleaned up. Craig Heap says the situation might be within Defence, but it's beyond Defence's capabilities to deal with it.
At this stage, I think we're still part of the journey. The journey is long, it's challenging, especially for those affected in the community. But where we are at this point in time is that federal government certainly is reviewing and looking at ways that it can provide a level of resolution for the community.
Briefly, a man believed to be in his 20s is recovering in the John Hunter Hospital after a head-on collision in Lochinvar last night. Emergency services were called to the New England Highway following reports of a 2-car head-on collision at around 7:45. The Westpac rescue chopper was called to the scene, where the man was stabilised and taken to hospital with pelvic injuries. And police are appealing for any information after 4 cars were allegedly stolen from Gilliston Heights and found burnt out in Maitland over the weekend.
Sport for our sponsor, PRD Nationwide East Maitland.
A proposed potential centre of excellence for the Newcastle Knights has the club excited about the prospect. The Penrith Panthers are the only club in the NRL with anything similar and have seen their junior development improve significantly. Coach Nathan Brown says the project would be a welcome addition to the club and would only see the Knights improve.
That'd be not only great for the Knights, but great for the community and great for the whole North Coast and Hunter region. You know, it's great for young sporting kids all around. It's also great recruitment tool. To be able to have access to something like that would be huge. And if all that goes through, which obviously we're all hopeful of, it'll be great for the community.
Lake Macquarie have pushed their semi-final chances up a notch, securing a 2-0 win over Charlestown City last night in a catch-up fixture. The Roosters scored in each half to move within 6 points of fourth-placed Hamilton. The loss for Charlestown City means the Blues' chances of making the finals are now virtually over. And Merewether will finally return to Townsend Oval for this weekend's NHRU clash with Waratah. The ground was finally opened again by council after it was left in ruins from 5 games of rugby league played in torrential rain almost a month ago. Merewether President Steve Reid says it's great for the club to finally be back at home again after a long layoff. And the winning numbers in Wednesday Lotto are 3, 36, 11, 18, 32 and 24, and the supplementaries are 7 and 14. 2NURFM news time is 25 to 9.